You are a software entrepreneur. You have an IDEA, you know how to code, and you might even be a one-person company. You hear about SBIR. Hey, the government has grants up to 2 million, and you do not have to pay it back. You can hire people or buy equipment. So you think, okay, let us apply and see. The result, the proposal is done and it gets approved. Happy. Then you start developing coding on your laptop every day, working from home or occasionally from a coffee shop. No office, no clock-in machine, no employees. 6 months later, it is time to wrap up the project. Only then do you realize the actual SBIR wrap-up and reimbursement process is completely different from what you imagined. In today's video, I want to share a few common pitfalls that software entrepreneurs run into during their SBIR wrap-up. This is not to scare you, but to let you know these pitfalls can be completely avoided. Many software entrepreneurs, especially those building SaaS or mobile apps, set up a company only to accept client projects or apply for grants. They are used to their usual development habits, writing code themselves, renting cloud servers themselves, and buying tools themselves. But in the eyes of SBIR, you are not a developer, you are a company. What does the word company actually mean? It means you must have payroll bank records, labor insurance files, official business invoices, and employee attendance logs. I once met a friend who built a B2B SaaS. He developed it all by himself with a monthly revenue of over 100,000. He applied for SBIR and it got approved. When wrapping up, he listed all his AWS bills, GitHub Copilot subscriptions, and even the plane tickets for his trip to Japan to attend a conference. The result? All of them were rejected. The AWS bill, the buyer name was his personal name, not the company's. GitHub Copilot, he paid with his personal credit card without the company's tax ID. The Japan flight, he did not write this business trip into the original proposal. 3 months of hard work, and in the end, less than half was reimbursed. He is not alone. This is almost a universal experience for every software entrepreneur applying for SBIR for the first time. One of the most common questions software entrepreneurs ask is, I am just one person. How do I report personnel expenses? SBIR allows you to report your own salary as personnel expenses. Sounds reasonable, right? But when you actually request the funds, what will the bank ask for? 3 things. First, bank transfer records. Do you regularly transfer a fixed salary from the company account to your personal account every month? If you never do, because you feel the company is mine, transferring money is just moving it from my left hand to my right, then you cannot report this expense. Second, labor insurance files. Many founders pay insurance through a guild or local office because a one-person company is not legally forced to set up an insurance unit. But during an SBIR audit, without proper insurance records, your payroll claim might get rejected. The solution is attach your guild insurance proof along with a sole proprietor labor insurance exemption declaration. Third, attendance records. You do not have a clock-in machine, right? You code in coffee shops, libraries, or debug at home in the middle of the night. The bank cannot see these hours, but SBIR accepts alternative proofs, daily work journals, Google Calendar slots, Git commit timestamps, or Trello activity logs. The point is, you must prove that you were actually working on the project during those hours. It is not about making things up, it is about leaving a trail. Software development expenses are completely different from manufacturing. But SBIR's expense categories were originally designed for manufacturing. Did you know that SBIR does not even have a category called cloud service fees? AWS, GCP, DigitalOcean, SUPABASE, the tools that software founders spend money on every single month have no dedicated place in the SBIR accounting spreadsheet. You can only squeeze them into materials or other expenses, but the auditors might not agree. I know a case where a founder put $30,000 of AWS bills under materials. The auditors rejected it, saying, this is a service fee, not material. So what is the solution? Solution 1. For development cloud costs, place them under outsourced research or technology licensing and sign a simple service contract with your cloud provider or reseller. Solution 2. When writing the proposal, list cloud fees under other expenses, and detail the purpose of each: development, testing, or production environments. Another common pitfall: software license fees. You used SaaS tools for development: Figma, Linear, Notion, Copilot. Can these subscriptions be reimbursed? The answer is yes, but with conditions. They must occur during the project execution period. The invoice must have the company's tax ID, and if you were already using the tool before the project, you cannot bill the entire cost to SBIR. You must split it based on the project's actual usage ratio. SBIR has a rule that many people are unaware of. There are specific restrictions on the ownership of intellectual property produced under the project. If you do software development, you will write a SaaS product. After the project ends, SBIR will ask you to provide Git commit logs, system architecture diagrams, functional specs, and test reports. Just writing code is not enough. You must make the auditors understand what you wrote. If your README has only one line saying a cool SaaS platform, it will not pass. More importantly, if you use open source packages, make sure to check license compatibility. Some copyleft licenses might affect the commercialization of your product later on. Now that we have covered the pitfalls, let us talk about how to avoid them. First, success is decided at the proposal stage. Your budget allocations, work tasks, and expected deliverables will all be checked at the end. Don't write "develop a website." Write "complete 5 API endpoints, 3 front-end/back-end modules, and 1 user testing report. The more specific, the easier the wrap-up. Second, set up a wrap-up folder from day one. Create a Google Drive folder and put in work journals, invoices and receipts, Git logs, meeting minutes, and test report screenshots. Don't wait until the last week to collect them. You will never find them. Third, if you are a one-person company, separate your personal money from your company money. Open a corporate bank account, transfer a fixed salary every month, apply for a corporate credit card, and set up company labor insurance if possible. These steps might seem tedious, but they are not a waste of time. They protect your hard work. You should not lose your grant money just because an invoice is missing a tax ID. SBIR is an excellent tool. It allows software entrepreneurs to get funding in the early stages to validate their product without giving up equity, but it is not a take the money and walk away deal. It is a contract. You have an obligation to prove that you spent the money on the right things. If you are applying for the first time or preparing to wrap up, I hope this video helps you avoid some detours. Entrepreneurship is hard enough. Don't let administrative procedures become the straw that breaks the camel's back. I am Ken. See you next time. Bye bye.